Hi everybody. Well, I arrived here at 4 and it's now 4:20 and I'm still looking for parking. That's kind of the reason why I never come to this part of the city unless I know it's very early in the morning. That's usually when paid parking is enforced, but it's not for that. There's no place to park. I'm waiting for the person behind me to pull out, and like that I can get into a more decent spot. So I'm just gonna take a few minutes here because I don't think I should leave my car here. It's not exactly a very good parking spot, if you know what I mean. It's I need to back it up a little and I can't do that because somebody is right behind me. So anyway, I'll catch up with you in a few minutes. Hopefully I may have to leave and come back another day. I hope not, but anyway, I'm gonna do my best. Maybe I should have, see, there's a boulevard and I can't make a U-turn. I have to keep going all the way 5-6 blocks up and then drive all the way back. It's nerve-wracking, but I may have to do that, so I think that's what I'm gonna have to do. Anyway, oh boy. There's so much traffic here today, it's unbelievable. It's remarkable. I'll catch up with you later. So if you can believe it, I just found a little space right in front of my old house, my old childhood home. And so I'm going to take just a quick little walk. And I wanted to let you know that I'm focused on gift giving, shopping in a business district that is mostly all comprised of small independent business owners. And I just, you know, I go back to my childhood and I think of all the problems all these business owners had throughout the I guess century that they've had businesses here. And it's so hard because of the boulevard that they put right in the middle recently, not all along. And there are streetcar tracks and police that are constantly flagging cars down for parking too long, maybe few minutes too long. And you know, it's the business owners really suffer, and so my heart goes out to them. I hope that I, you know, can give you some good pointers on what you can just find if you can get yourself into a small business district and shop around there. It's got the same feel as maybe St. Lawrence Market in downtown Toronto, Ontario. So I love coming here. It brings back my childhood. And I know it's not Christmas the same way it used to be because the demographics have changed so much, but I still feel like I'm back home. So anyway, I won't take long because I feel funny leaving the car. Even though I have a valid parking space, it's not a parking lot, you know what I mean? So anyway, I'll catch up with you in a minute or two. Hold on. Apparently, an athletic team just won victory and everybody down here is celebrating. What you just saw is the business that is now taking the space of my old, of my dad's old business, which used to be a music record shop, and we sold cameras, magazines, gifts, mostly gifts. So records galore. it was like a DJ station here, because people would come in and my father would have to play records for them over and over and over again. This was way before digital times, guys. So anyway, let me take a walk down the street and see what other gifts I can find. This store that I'm going to show you right now is right next door to my dad's old business, which is now a boxing fitness club. So I love this place, and I come here, every time I come here I walk into this store. I love it. Hold on and I'll show you. It's a real celebration out here. But if you remember, I came to this district back in September and I bought a pair of jeans here. And so I wanted to take you into this store just briefly to show you what they have. I love it here. And I know that there's another couple of stores of this chain around the city. So hold on, and I'm going to take you inside just for a little bit. Hi everybody, you wouldn't believe, but I just saw, I crossed the street and I just saw that this store still has the purse that I have been lusting after for, 3 months now. So I'm gonna go inside and I'm gonna ask how much it is, but I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm curious. So guys, I came into the store and you wouldn't believe that it smells exactly the same way that my father's old store did. It's dusty, a little like shoe polish. I don't know how to describe it, but it really takes me back. That's so weird, isn't it? Can I help you? So guys, $30. Did I hear that right? That's incredible. Hi everybody, I'm back home, and did you see those floating things in the room that I just showed you? That is so weird. It makes me feel like there's something in there that I should know about. Anyway, I have a little tiny haul for you, and guys, I want to talk to you about my obvious and very transparent shopping addiction that comes along with Christmas. I really have to do something about it. I think I have to get things off my chest here. I know that you are probably noticing things much more clearly than I am, but I don't know what to do about it. So everybody, I was on a mission to find more items like this that absolutely now match my new keychain. I couldn't pass up this hat. I thought it was adorable, and I have been looking for something like this for quite some time, and I just didn't see that when I went in September. I remember doing a tour of that same store, and I couldn't find one. But here it is now, and I'm absolutely thrilled with it. Of course, these are all specially put out just for the holidays, And even though that store didn't have a very Christmassy feel, it always does, every time I go by there, it feels as though it's time for me to shop for myself again. It gives me a very festive feeling every time I go into little shops like that. And I absolutely love the fact that it's next door to my childhood home, which I can't ever miss it, can I? And so everybody, here is the purse that I have been eyeing for 2-3 months now. Of course, if you have a closer look at it, you can see that it does have a defect. All of my purses have this same defect. Actually, this looks quite good, and I have to get some sort of protection. I'm not sure exactly what this is. Oh, it feels like leather, but it may not be. I don't know, but it has such a retro look to it. Look at it. I absolutely love the color. It was my color back in the 90s. I wore so much. I absolutely, I don't know how do you say. Every time I walked into a store and saw this color, I would immediately buy it no matter what it was. Earrings, purses, shoes, especially shoes. And I have shoes that match this. Hold on, I want to show them to you. You see that? I just love those shoes, and they do have the same sort of lacy look to them. Isn't that gorgeous? I also have a couple of evening bags that match this and sparkle. Guys, what can I say? I'm a fanatic about pink. And, I have thought of putting up a colorful wreath or a colorful Christmas tree because I'm so crazy about pink and blue, but I think I'm just going to tone it down for now and stick with the purse. So guys, the store that I didn't buy anything in, the purse that I showed you, she wanted to charge me $90, and so I put my foot down and I said, no, I'm sorry. Maybe if you get some more keychains in with the same design, I'll buy that, but no, thank you. So I went back to the other store and I did pick up the purse that I saw, and it was marked down from 60 to, let me see, $49.99 was 50 bucks. So, okay, it's actually, I love it. I just love it. It's actually a little bit more attractive than the other purse. And I think I would probably get more use out of this one. The other one was a tad bit too tiny. And so, I also picked up the hat for $24.99, 25 bucks. So altogether that came to around $79. And then the big purse was 30. And so, it was over $100, guys, but not by much. And I think if I had gone to a regular shopping center and purchased the same items, it would have cost me around $500, easy. Because those purses are very hard to come by, but I do have to get something to protect the surface of that purse. I think I'm going to be regretting that I purchased it because it's very delicate. So anyway, guys, I'll talk to you in a little bit. How do I look? So guys, I think if you're shopping for someone who might be difficult to shop for, I think that the small independent business, store, whatever you want to call it, has so much more to offer than a regular mall store. And I think it's simply because of the fact that the owners of the shop, who are small and independent, have a better relationship with the shoppers who come in, especially on a regular basis. And so whoever does the buying for that store will have a much better idea of what their customers are looking for. And so, you know, have you ever noticed how some of the shops in a mall tend to carry similar items? You can go from shop to shop and basically always find a few items that are exactly the same in every store. Say, for instance, shoes and handbags. That's what I'm talking about. But when you go to a small independent store that's owned by a small business person, the choices are very different, aren't they? They become much more personalized, much more individual, and they cater to a person who has different needs and desires than the average, you know, the average person. I would say that these kinds of shops are much more interesting and much more rewarding to shop in than, say, a mall store. And so absolutely the same thing goes for the big chain stores. It's true that they don't all carry the same exact items. For instance, Home Sense. I found so many more items at the Home Sense that just opened up a couple of weeks ago than I did at all the other stores. So there is a difference. And I think that the stores that are situated near big new housing complexes, they tend to carry more of a selection and more of a variety than the ones that are centrally located in very highly or densely populated areas. And so I'm hoping that some of you do get a chance to explore some of these small independent gift shops and shop with an open mind, because if it's a person who you know is going to be a little bit fussy, a little bit picky, maybe a little more complicated to shop for whatever reason, I think that maybe if you check one of these places out, you will be pleasantly surprised and probably will have a much easier time of finding whatever you might need. The selection in that little tiny shop that popped up right beside my old childhood home, it was amazing how many items she had in that store, and how many gifts I could come up with for people in my family or people I randomly know. Hypothetically, if I had to buy for more people, I'm sure I could have done all my Christmas shopping in that one store, because there was something for everyone. There was something for babies, there was something for men, there was something for women, and so I was very pleasantly surprised. When I was a little girl, I wanted to be a ballerina, and so my mother took me across the street to the ballet school, which was right across the street from my school. And in those days, there were no boys and girls together in classrooms. They were all to be segregated. And so I remember there were some boys in my school who I recognized from enrolling in ballet school. Unfortunately, I didn't make it as a ballerina. My mother was an avid and very talented ballerina, and I have a cousin in my family who has her own studio and school. She was a wonderful dancer. She's a wonderful ballet dancer as well, and she now stunts for movies in Hollywood. But, you know, trying to figure out where my shopping addiction comes from. I think I just nailed it with what I told you, because when I was a small child, for Christmas, I received a doll by Mattel, and she was named Dancerina. And she came with a little tiny record. She was dressed in a pink tutu with pink ballet slippers, and she twirled. And the little record played the theme songs from the Nutcracker. And so that Christmas, I remember feeling as though if I could only relive my dream, my childhood dream of becoming a ballet dancer, I could be so happy. But with that doll, I could make believe. I must have been about 7 when I received the doll. 7, 8, about the age that I would have been when my mother enrolled me in the ballet school. And of course, I could have continued taking ballet lessons, but we realized that, you know, with my introverted personality, I wasn't going to be able to make it, because I was very leery of other people around me. I had stage fright. I wasn't a very public figure as a little girl. I didn't like attention. I loved gifts, and I loved material things, and you know, I loved music. I loved physical activity, but I didn't like doing something on the scale of being judged for merit. That's what I objected to. And my parents realized right away, as did the teacher, that I would not be able to be strong enough to learn that skill and keep up the attitude that it was required of any performer. And every Christmas I would, you know, sit under the tree and wonder and think and try to figure out what could possibly be under the tree for me, and how people, or Santa Claus, I don't know if I ever believed in him, but I know at one time I did, when I was very young. I kept wondering, how do people know what I want? Why do I always get exactly the same thing that I ask for? Who is it that actually goes out and buys all these gifts for me? And then, of course, as I got older, I realized it would have been my parents. And my parents absolutely spoiled me. Every Christmas, I have videos that show me going ballistic over all the dolls. I used to receive so many dolls, like maybe 5, 6 big Mattel dolls every Christmas, and all the other toys that came along with it. My parents were very pampering, and you know, I was absolutely spoiled. I know that I tried to be on my best behavior as much as I could, but with no other siblings and not too many people to play with, I didn't always get that right. I think that my shopping addiction, I don't think it necessarily comes from a wish for me to relive my childhood. I mean, I do wish that all the people I lost over my lifetime could all be magically restored and we could all be reunited some way on St. Clair, Corsoitalia, because that's where we all began. But I sincerely think that my addiction comes from not being able to fulfill a childhood dream. Not that I want to become a child again, but because I wanted so badly to become a ballerina, but I realized that I would never be able to, you know, cope I just didn't have what it took. And I think essentially that's why for this year's Christmas I chose a vintage, almost nutcracker theme for the living room decor, because I know that it kind of goes back to that wishing and hoping mentality that I had to become a ballet dancer. It's all related to that. It's all related to that. And because I did receive that ballerina doll at Christmas, it just, I can't describe the connection, but there definitely is a connection there. And when I think of the nutcracker and the ballet dancing, I think of the doll, and I think of all the Christmases that I spent sitting under that tree, anticipating Christmas. We used to go all out for Christmas. And, you know, people used to come in and out all evening long on Christmas Eve. And it was especially chaotic on New Year's Eve as well. And if you could imagine all the chaos that was going on the streets while I was trying to film today, well, that was typical. That was going on all the time back then. And so I had anticipated earlier to bring you a video filled with more Christmas decorations and gifts and all sorts of ideas for the holidays. But I think this sort of video for me to do was very necessary, because it really helped me understand why I need to be doing these things at Christmas time, basically going into the stores and looking at all the Christmas stuff, because that's what I did when I was a little girl. And I haven't done this in a long time, guys. I haven't done it. I mean, I haven't bought cookie cutters in ages and ages and ages. I haven't bought Christmas decorations in ages and ages. I don't know what happened this year. I really don't. And so for me to go back there today and finally realize what it was that began my entire shopping addiction, especially in that area, it was very, to me, it was very illuminating, enlightening. I think if I had not gone today, I never would have understood my shopping addiction. And maybe now that I do understand it, maybe I can curb it a little. It's very apparent to me that I may have to really quit going into the stores. Of course, I could leave my wallet home, you know, but I don't want to do that. I feel like, you know, I feel lost without my wallet. So I have done that a couple of times this week, and it worked. I didn't spend any money, but it should be up here, you know what I mean? I don't want to put myself through that, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to, because now that I understand where the addiction is coming from and why I want to shop and shop around Christmas time, you know, I have to stop it. I need to stop it. And in order for me to stop it, I have to maybe even dig a little deeper, because this addiction could really destroy a person. And I don't want that to happen to me. Well, everybody, I hope that you have enjoyed some of this content, or at least all of it, I hope. And I hope that you also think about shopping from a small independent business, such as the ones that I visited today. My heart goes out to them, because I know that they do face challenges. The way that the urban landscape is now set up there, it's very hard for shoppers to go there. on a leisure pace, and take their time and pick and choose. Because if you go there before 4 p.m., you have to pay for parking, which is okay. It's just a couple of bucks for a couple of hours or something like that. That's not the problem. The problem is the space, and you have to hurry up. And it takes, I only did a few paces today, but the entire strip, it takes a little bit to get through it all, because it's all shops, guys. It's one shop after another. Shoes, clothing, home goods, grocery stores. It's all shops. You can't do anything there but shop. You have to buy. So when people are on a time limit because they have to get back to their car for, you know, so that it doesn't get towed, it puts a damper on shopping. So I really sympathize with the business owners on that strip and other ones like it as well. So it was, I was okay today because I actually arrived there miraculously after 4. And so I didn't have that feeling that I had to rush. And so thank goodness I just took my time, and I was able to find a couple of things that I had been looking for, you know, without any luck, in other areas and in the malls. Of course, in the malls, they don't carry that stuff. And I wish they would. I wish they would. I think one of the best places to find those sorts of things are post offices that are gift shops as well. I've purchased a great many gifts for people and decided to keep them for myself. So I know what I'm talking about, but I love those little small shop gift places, because you find things that are way out of the ordinary in there. And so I hope that you do get a chance to visit 1 or 2 small shop owners this year and show them your appreciation by purchasing something special from them. And I'm sure that whatever you do buy, it will be so much more unique and personal than what you could find in a big shopping center. And yeah, it's not that I'm down on shopping centers, but it's just everything is so much the same. It really is frustrating too. So anyway, guys, I hope that you have enjoyed this content, and join me again tomorrow. I think I'll be going into 2 or 3 stores tomorrow, and I will be showing you some more Christmas items. I think one will be more for children, and a couple will be for outdoor decor. So if I don't get to all 3 of them, at least 2 tomorrow. And you know, I added 2 more stores to my list. So they were, as of yesterday, I had 14 stores to check out. I thought I'd done them all, guys, but I was wrong. So there's a lot more coming. And I hope that people in USA can use some of these stores, because they are stores like Home Sense and Home Depot that are quite American, and Walmart. I hope that you can also take whatever that you see from my videos and use them for your own region when you shop there. And so thank you very much for watching, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye for now.